Google parent company Alphabet sees its first revenue decline in history. History. How often can you write a headline like that? Like, not in a few years, not in the last decade, but in history. Talk about a company that's booming, that it can see its first revenue decline in history. Search revenue dropped more than $2 billion from last year. Of course, in the case of Alphabet, they're just straight up saying, COVID, COVID, COVID. Leave us alone. Give us a break. People don't want to advertise. We're an advertising company. You can't expect that they're going to spend the same amount. They're chilling because people are chilling and they're not spending what they used to spend. So in a way, what we've discovered here is that would be a weakness. Now, to be fair, they're making money, Will.
Yeah.
To be fair, they're making money. Total revenue for the quarter was $38.3 billion versus the $37.4 billion expected. So it's a 2% decline from the second quarter of 2019, but it's actually higher than what analysts had expected. See, analysts expected a more significant drop due to COVID. They said kind of what I just said. This has got to sting you. This has got to hurt you. And they were about $1 billion off. So then the market's like, all right, not bad. We had the analysts. Yeah. Now, the bright spot affects us here on this platform. The bright spot was YouTube. YouTube advertising revenue rose to $3.81 billion from $3.6 billion last year. Now, I don't know what they're talking about. They're talking about a lump sum figure, which would kind of make sense since people are home and watching more YouTube. But from a CPM perspective, you know what I'm saying? And that's where you really see advertisers' intent. You're having to push more views to make what you used to make. And so this number of an improvement in YouTube showcases a massive improvement in viewership. I'm just guessing.
Right.
Overall viewership, because I don't see it in the CPM area. So I don't think it's advertisers paying more per viewer. But I think what you're seeing is just way more viewers right now globally that are watching YouTube. That would make sense. Pichai also said that YouTube and Google Play subscriptions saw good traction in the quarter, with app and game downloads rising 35%. We talked about how people are gaming more given the circumstance. And it also added customers in its cloud segment. So they're so diversified. I mean, you think about Alphabet, it's just hard to even keep it together, all the various brands and operations that are going on beneath there, including other revenues, which include hardware, Play Store, and non-advertising YouTube revenues, which is $5.12 billion. So that's not even that specific. What is a non-advertising YouTube revenue? Is that subscriptions, like the YouTube Premium? Anyway, it's a big number. It's a number that really surprised me on there. Anyhow, so the stock was able to still rise slightly, even though it's the first revenue decline in the history of Alphabet. I know you want to check that stock. You need to know this type of thing. Oh, a little dip there. You caught a dip, Will. Anyway, Alphabet, Google.